what do you see here? What does this symbolize to you? Many of you would say dyslexia, but you would be wrong. Although some students do see letters backwards, that is not the extent of the disability. Some students will confuse letters that look similar, and other students will see letters jumping around on the page. Dyslexia is a common learning disability that most of the world does not understand. Today, I'm here to inform you the basics of dyslexia by explaining the definition and treatment options. Let's begin with defining dyslexia. According to MD, MBA, FAAP, David Perlstein on medicine.net, in the article Dyslexia, edited by Melissa Conrad Stockler, and reviewed by a third doctor in 2015, the International Dyslexia Association defines dyslexia as, quote, a specific learning disability that is neurobiological in origin. It is characterized by difficulties with accuracy and/or fluent word recognition, and by poor spelling and decoding abilities, end quote. The International Dyslexia Association goes on to say, in the previously cited article, that there are secondary consequences with dyslexic students. These include problems with reading comprehension and reduced reading, resulting in a small vocabulary that's growth is limited. Also in the previously cited source, Dr. Perlstein says that of all the learning disabilities, dyslexia is the most common, and it persists throughout life. He says dyslexic students can go through their entire elementary school experience without their dyslexia being diagnosed. Dyslexic students often act out to hide their learning disabilities. In this speech, I will be speaking specifically about primary dyslexia. According to the previously cited article by Dr. Perlstein, this is the most common type of dyslexia. It is hereditary, and it is mostly common in boys. According to the previously cited article, Dr. Perlstein explains that dyslexia is not caused by anything, such as mental retardation, brain damage, or lack of intelligence, but it is thought to be caused by the brain's impairment to process phonemes. Phonemes, as described by Dr. Perlstein in the previously cited article, are, quote, the smallest units of speech that make words different from each other, end quote. These would include things such as prefixes, suffixes, and roots of words. According to the previously cited article, Dr. Perlstein says that some of the many signs of dyslexia are difficulty with reading, writing, and spelling, difficulty with lefts and rights, difficulty with recalling more than one command at a time. And there are numerous other signs. Also found in the article by Dr. Perlstein, people with dyslexia often have a specific area of disability, whether auditory, visual, or kinesthetic. Now that I have discussed the definition of dyslexia, let me discuss treatment options. In the previously cited article, Dr. Perlstein explains that although there is no cure for dyslexia, there are many effective treatment options. Treatment starts by finding how the student learns best, whether orally, visually, or kinesthetically. Treatment works on strengthening the child's weaknesses while utilizing the child's strengths. Often the treatment works with phonics. There is a method called the Orton-Gillingham method. And according to the Institute for Multisensory Education on OrtonGillingham.com, in the article Orton-Gillingham, last accessed in 2016, neurologist Dr. Samuel T. Orton and educator psychologist Anna Gillingham combined their knowledge in the 1930s to develop a method for teaching dyslexic students known as the Orton-Gillingham method. The previously cited source by the Institute for Multisensory Education explains that the Orton-Gillingham method incorporates multisensory learning and the teaching of phonemes. Examples of this would include learning spelling words by saying the word aloud and writing the word in sand. The student will see the word in the sand, and they will have the act of writing the word, and then they will hear themselves saying the word, which includes oral, visual, and kinesthetic learning. This can also include when you're learning directions, looking at a compass on the board, singing a song about the direction, and every time you say each direction, moving in that direction. In conclusion, dyslexia is a common learning disability that can be treated through methods such as the Orton-Gillingham method. I hope you understand that dyslexia is a real, common, incurable learning disability. I also hope you understand that there are effective ways to treat this disability by utilizing the child's strengths to help with their weaknesses. As a future teacher, expanding my knowledge about common learning disabilities is very important. It marks the difference between a mediocre teacher and an amazing, impactful one. For anyone else, knowledge about common learning disabilities can enhance your compassion and your understanding for anyone you know with dyslexia.